guys, welcome back to Melanintel.
Yeah, what it do?
So once again, my name is Nay.
My name is Rob.
And we're here for another episode. So today we're going to just get right back into it. Last time we were here, we talked to you guys about Black Lives Matter. This time we're going to spit to you guys about a situation directly related to Black Lives Matter, such as Breonna Taylor, which I do definitely believe we brought her name up last time that we all talked. So I'm sure we're all updated. It's been everywhere. Her name has been turned into a hashtag. It has been turned into... It's everywhere. You can't miss it. So Rob, what do you think? The verdict came out. The main police officer, I believe, that's the one we were talking to. That was the situation that was going on when they were deciding. Sorry. I'm focusing on something else, so my bad. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyways, and it came out, and the only things that he was charged for were the bullets that missed, not the bullets that hit at all. So, Rob, how do you feel about that?
Oh man, enraged, furious, but not surprised at all. If you are fully aware of how this country works and just the whole structure of this country, no one should be surprised at all. But this just has to stop, man. And I'm sick and tired of just all these senseless deaths and these cops just getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that cop literally got charged for the bullet that didn't hit Breonna Taylor.
Exactly.
He got charged for the bullet that went inside her neighbor's house or apartment or whatever. Like, that's just terrible. Like,
I didn't even know that was gonna be like a factor, if that makes sense. Like, when it came out and they're like, okay, at least one police officer is charged with the killing in the killing of Breonna Taylor. I was like, oh yes, like, you know, this is a win for this. Like, at least he was charged. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
Like, I'm thinking, like, you know, we're making strides, we're doing better.
Right.
Come to find out, once I got more details about the situation, it was literally for the bullets that were not fired in her apartment. Now, for all of our people who want to sit here and say, if we get any of you this time, because we got a lot of you last time who tuned in, so hello, welcome back if you want to join us. So for all of our folks who have a rebuttal point and they want to say things like, well, her boyfriend shot the cops, weren't supposed to do that. Well, we can stop you there because, one, the cops had a no-knock warrant, yes, but they never stated that they were the cops. And her boyfriend only filed one single shot at the door because he thought someone was intruding into their house. Thank you. That is a Second Amendment, which everybody, quote unquote, loves, right? Last election, that was a major point about the Second Amendment. We can't take the guns away. We can't take away our rights. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure everyone who was in a situation where they did not state that they're the cops, please do not ignore that fact, because we have a hard time not acknowledging that they did not announce that they were the cops. Yeah. Okay, we all get that they shot at the cops, but can you acknowledge the fact that they never said it? Because I'm pretty sure everybody, no matter which side of the political debate you were on, would have did the same thing if someone was trying to break into their house, because that's what they thought was happening.
Exactly, and if anyone, like, the cops are in the wrong, they legally went into her house and fired into the house. Like, the boyfriend had every right to shoot, because that's an intruder. I don't give a crap if you're a cop or who you are. That's an intruder trespassing and breaking into a house for no reason. I really respect Breonna Taylor's boyfriend for doing that, because he had every right to do that. And something has to be done, man, because these cops feel they feel very comfortable to continuously break into Black people's house and just do anything they want, and they could get away with it because this racist country and this whole system supports that. But Black people, we have to come up with some type of clever solution or concept where we could actually stop this madness. You know what I'm saying? Like, they shouldn't consistently be able to get away with this. Like, Black people really have to fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the who's the guy that actually, the Attorney General, what's his name? What's his name? I don't even care about his
name. Is not worthy. Exactly. It's not even worthy to be in my mind.
His name is Coon. I'll call him Daniel Coon.
Coon alert.
He's a whole coon, bro.
Yeah, he's the main one responsible for, like, him not even trying these cops and like just charging them, like, and they always get a black person to be a pawn. They always put a black person
always, but this was bad
limelight.
though.
Look at the crew. Look at the crew.
I think this was the worst, like the limelight black person we might have ever seen. Like a case like this that has been huge for the last few months, weeks, and for like I'm like, I didn't even know how to feel. Like I was like sad. I was just emotional. It's just a lot. And honestly, like, just to kind of go back to our discussion that a lot of black women say that black women are the least protected of everyone, which is true, and that black men do not protect black women.
They don't do it enough.
I mean, that's like our prime example. That like if black women crying out and saying that at all times has never been more relevant than that in this right now. Like, I mean, I guess maybe he thought he did us some justice because he charged him with something. I guess maybe, you know, I don't know what exactly was going through his mind. But no, bro, no. Like, we have to get, like, at the end of the day, it was a no-knock warrant, but there were still things done incorrectly in the no-knock warrant. There were still things not done properly at the end of the day. So they did not follow protocol, and that is what should be addressed. Like, yes, he killed her. That needs to be addressed as well. But we first need to address the fact that they did not do their job properly. First, they should be reprimanded for not doing their job the way they're supposed to do their job. That's first thing first. Exactly. But many people are going to say, like, well, everybody makes mistakes at work. You cannot make this kind of mistake. When you are a police officer, your job, you have no space for mistakes. You are not a cashier at the grocery store. I don't care. Like, you killed a person. And the fact that you can't even have enough sympathy or like, the fact that you can't even yourself think to yourself like, wow, I really did this and I am wrong. I am sorry. I apologize. Like, you as a man, you just ran from that this whole time. Like, you just ran from that. You could have came out and been like, I apologize. Like, I was wrong. I did my job incorrectly and I am sorry. But instead of doing that, you want to issue a statement saying, oh, well, we never did anything wrong. Everything done that night was justified and was done correctly. Whatever it was, we'll try to find it and bring it up here so you guys can see it. But I know I'm damn close to what it said. But that is just, I don't know. Like, I was emotional. I don't know. It's bad.
Yeah, it's very, as a black person and just any non-black person that has a heart and just any type of sympathy, like, that hurts, man. Like, that's just, like, just imagine
it hurts.
If that was your sister, your
it's not
mother,
even about
like,
race,
you know
bro. Like,
yeah, it's about
the fact that it's just like, we are all human beings. We all live and breathe. So it doesn't even matter, like, if this situation is not making you upset, you're not listening. You're evil. Exactly. You want to have an opposing opinion. You want to, like, I seen one of my old ex-coworkers post, and it like, she just put up, it was like a poster, I'm sure we all been seeing it. It's like a black woman was killed in her sleep, and the cop was only charged for the shots that missed. And someone commented on her post and was like, everything about that shooting was justified. Like, how can you sit?
They're just evil. They know it's not true.
Yeah, like, how can you sit in that and be comfortable with the way that you think? Because if that was your daughter, your 5-year-old daughter that's growing up right now, your 17-year-old daughter, your 22-year-old daughter who's about to get out of college and she was sitting in her college house and the cops just broke into her home and her dad was like, you would be singing a whole different tune. But it's unfortunate because it shouldn't even have to be related to race or something close to you for you to feel empathetic and sympathy for anything. Like, this is just bad. It just shows that as humans we have no, like, regard for each other, like what we could be going through, like no regard for each other's lives. And that's just, and we should be, whatever. Breonna Taylor's death should not be a debate. The fact that it is a debate is where we go wrong. And we shouldn't even have to bring race into it. We shouldn't even have to. It should just be that their job was not done correctly and someone lost their lives because of that. That is what it should be.
Man, this is just, people, like, black people for years, they've been complaining about civil rights. The main complaint has to be human rights.
Exactly.
Like, there's no type of moral principle with black people. Like, they're treated like animals. And basically, if you just go back to slavery, like, they viewed black people as 3/5 of a man. Was it 3/4? My math is bad.
It just shows how are they
I think 3/5 of a man with some garbage that they made up. But literally, that's the whole concept that they know black people are not 3/5 of a man. They know who we are. They know everything. But in this system, they create this notion and they try to create this narrative that black people are less than a man. You know what I'm saying? They view us as like animals. So that same principle still carries out to this day. That's why when it's the same repetition. It's like when these cops kill a black person, they're just let off in court. Most of them don't even get tried, and it's just a continuous cycle. And tell you the truth, nothing is gonna change unless black people change themselves. Because this system, this country wasn't built for us. This country was built for white supremacists. It was geared and 100% geared towards white people, the benefit of white people. And,
I mean, just
mistreatment of black people, common sense.
Looking back at our old podcast, just things that we talked about, like moving the Indians out the way, Native Americans, moving the Native Americans out the way. That's just what it's founded on. So it's not, and it's just so unfortunate. Like, it's very. I don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words. I think that's another thing we wanted to get into is just like mental health. Like, your black friends are truly hurting right now. We're going through a lot. We've all been going through this pandemic as a whole, as a country together. You know, at the beginning of the pandemic, we were all in this together. You know, race didn't matter, nothing mattered. Everybody was out of work. Everybody wasn't going here. And then once everything started up with the protests, George Floyd, and that's when black people have been going through a lot. We truly have. And another thing that I just want to point out is that Breonna Taylor's family was rewarded, $12 million for wrongful death? A wrongful death. Can we be like, wrongful death?
So why is the cop not being tried? So you're going to pay them for killing Breonna Taylor, but then you're not going to arrest them for killing Breonna Taylor. That logic does not make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
This is America. And
I don't understand how people can sit here and say, well, it's justified. It's justified. How?
How, Sway?
Please. Like, you could be the most racist, hateful person on planet Earth, but just understand it was someone's life, and all this person was doing was sitting at home and sleeping. Like, they were not resisting arrest, because that's y'all next favorite line, and y'all know who y'all is. They were not resisting arrest. They weren't doing anything. They were in their home.
Didn't they try to pay the boyfriend off?
I'm pretty sure. I think it was the boyfriend in jail. So what I heard was the one that her ex-boyfriend. She allegedly, she has an ex-boyfriend who is in jail already for some type of charges related to illegal substances, and they offered him either to get out of jail and be on probation early, or to finish out his sentence if he said that she was a part of his drug enterprise. But he said no, because she was never a part of the drug enterprise. Like, why do we have to, like...
They're so slick. Like, bro,
yeah, like, we don't have to make her seem like she was a horrible person just because the cops made them... Like, this is what we go through every time. We have to make her seem... They feel like they have to make her seem like a horrible person. They have to discredit her because they made a mistake. When at the end of the day, if you just say, hey, I made a mistake... I did a little too much when I was at work that night. As a community, we probably would appreciate your honesty more than y'all going through all of this. Like, come on.
I don't believe none of these are mistakes. Like, cops, this is strategized. Like, this is strategically maneuvered. Like, they knew that Breonna Taylor in that household, they knew they were black. Like, they weren't going into no Becky's and no Tom's house.
They knew whose house they was going to, because if they had a no-knock warrant. But I'm pretty sure they were at the wrong house, though.
Yeah, they say I don't trust the cops at all. The cops are literally terrorists and cowards that hide behind guns.
It's
simple as that. Systematically designed to incarcerate and to kill black people.
Because her boyfriend is in trouble because who had a gun license, legally had
Everything
a firearm.
He did was legal.
Everything he did was
right.
legal, but for whatever reason he's charged. So I just want y'all to sit on that, understand that, and think about that. But Rob, how have you been feeling like? Do you feel like this is not affecting your mental, but do you feel like it has an effect on you, like emotionally, like how you want to maneuver in the world? Because me, I'm thinking forward. I'm like, I want to have kids, and I'm like, can't even trust. I can't even, like, am I being selfish for wanting to birth them, and this is the place that they get to come to? So how do you like feel about that? Does that have you thinking deeper?
Yeah, I mean, I can't front. Like, being a black person is like being at war every day. Like, you're not even safe in your own house. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I definitely always think about that. But I always have a strong mentality. So like, as soon as whenever I do have children, whatever, I'm gonna put them on game at an early age. Know that it's a war out here, and I'm just gonna instill like that strengthen them to just always be alert, always be aware, always fight. Always protect your family. I feel if black people as a whole, if they get into that superiority mentality, and just look out for like whatever it happens to their family. If their family's attacked, they gotta attack back. I'm all for that eye for eye notion. You know what I'm saying? If they you know what I'm saying, if they shoot, you shoot back. You know what I'm saying? If they attack you, you attack back. You don't just stand there and be abused. Every man and every woman has the right to defend himself by any means necessary.
Right, but going back to the civil rights movement, they act as though black people do not have a right to defend themselves and
I'm not scared.
Care about
I'm
themselves.
not scared. I'm not scared. I'm ready for the war. You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone is attacking my family or attacking me, I have every right to defend himself. And I feel if every black person develops that mentality, they won't play these games. You know what I'm saying? You gotta speak the language of your enemy. You know what I'm saying? If your enemy is being evil and causing all this havoc for no reason, you gotta fight back. You gotta defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be to that extent. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to be defending yourself for your own life, but like, based off in this country, and you know what I'm saying, these organizations that are designed to kill black people and you know what I'm saying, incarcerate them, you have to fight back, because if you don't fight back, you're gonna fall. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then it's like, but then like the way you say, like, you have to fight back, it just goes to show that black people, of course, as we know, just since the beginning of time, we always had to be mentally stronger. We always had to be stronger in every way, because we are always up against everything. Like, we're always up against the way someone thinks, someone feels. We're up against the quotas. We're up against, like, that job you really want, well, they already got their black person for the year, so they don't need your ass, so you're good. Like, so they're good. Everybody's good. No matter how qualified, you could be way more qualified than Bobby or Benny, whose dad got him the job, and he's just got out of undergrad, and that's it. But you done went to school for 8-10 years, and you've got experience in the field and everything. So exactly. I mean, it's just, I
experienced it personally.
Mentally, black people go through a lot. Oh, you did? I mean, of course you did. We've all had.
Oh, nah, I experienced racism at every company I worked for. Like, literally every company I worked for, I experienced racism with, like, management, like, and there's just all jealousy. Like, they see a black person who's intelligent, and they feel he's a threat. You know what I'm saying? It's just jealousy. Racism. White people who are racist, I say this all the time, white people who are racist against black people, it's simply jealousy and envy.
Oh,
Simple
yeah. For sure.
Why would you want to attack or destroy a person for not doing anything? You know what I'm saying? Just because of their skin color. Like, that's obviously envy. Like, you're jealous of them.
What is it for? What exactly? But then it's like, where does it come from? But it comes from the beginning of time. It just comes from your parent. Honestly, and it's not even that long ago. Like, civil rights movement, as we said when we spoke last time, is our grandparents' age. So the same people who was yelling and screaming at our grandparents in them videos that we've seen are the same people who are in charge of people who are right below them in these jobs. Like, they're not there. Like, they are still working, especially politically. They are still very much working their jobs and active in their fields. So we can't forget that. And that's why it's important for us to know that we need to dismantle and rebuild the system. And also, I want you guys to focus on, like I said, your mental health, because it has been a lot. So I want everyone to just take a day or take 30 minutes out of every day, because honestly, I had a great day that day. The day we found out about Breonna Taylor, the verdict, I was having a phenomenal day. It was like, woo! And then I was just I was so taken back because I was having a great day, but in the world, that is what was happening. And it was just destroying me because I just felt like I was wrong for being so happy. Does that make sense? And that was also tearing me up inside as well. And then we've had people who are who are not paying attention to the signs. Like Tory Lanez could have waited. Waited. Or you could have not said anything.
He has a Napoleon complex. I'm convinced he has a Napoleon.
Or you could have not said anything. But at the end of the day, he probably did already know he was going to drop it that day. But you could have read the signs, bro. You could have read the signs.
Yeah.
Because we all were mourning that situation together. Breonna Taylor has passed away a few months ago, but now we have to mourn the verdict. I think a lot of people don't understand that. Because we fight for the situation. First of all, we had to fight for it to go to court. So let's start there. So we were fighting all those months. We were marching all those months. We were saying her name all the time just because we need people to acknowledge her. That's what we were doing. Yeah. So one, we're mourning the situation, what happened to her. Now we're trying to get justice that we know we're not going to get. We can go back to Rodney King. But we're going to hope and pray for the justice. And we're going to hope that we're going to get the proper justice. Or instead of saying we, because we like to be all inclusive, let's say Breonna Taylor's family. So we were all hoping that Breonna Taylor's family was all going to get the justice that they deserved and that they were looking for and that we were hoping for them. We were also hopeful and it didn't happen. And now we got to mourn that. But now we got to mourn her not getting... First, we have to mourn her. Then we have to mourn the fact that we have to go through everything for her death to be acknowledged. Then we have to mourn the verdict.
And as I said before, the only reasoning for there to be change is if black people just fight back. You know what I'm saying? Tweeting Black Lives Matter, tweeting hashtag Breonna Taylor, voting, all this is just surface stuff. Like, there's nothing that's like an actual core dynamic change. All this is like a surface view, so it's not going to really affect anything. You know what I'm saying? They want people to tweet Black Lives Matter. They want people to wear shirts that say I can't breathe. By doing that,
they wanted to bring it up because they wanted to be a controversy. They wanted to be an issue. They want to pull something negative out of a positive. So that is their negative. That is us making things political, like sports. Why do we got to make sports political? That's it. But we're not even going to go there in this episode. But that is just a premise on, like, that is how they want you. That is everyone is doing exactly what they want, but we need to continue to make a lot of noise. Like when we were prime quarantine, we were prime marching, we were prime doing everything. We were making moves, we was donating organizations, we was collecting money, we was making sure everybody was doing what they needed to do. We need to keep doing this stuff. I know we're tired. I know a lot of us are back at work. We have to try really, 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 really hard, and it's going to be a long, hard road. Civil rights movement was a long, hard road. Those people went through a lot to get what they deserved. And what they worked for to get what we are living. And today, voting. That's why it's important for all of us to vote. Even though a lot of people say your votes don't matter, I still think that you should all make sure you get out there and vote.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely gotta get Trump out this office. Even though I don't like Joe Biden, Camilla. All politics is, in my opinion, politics is all a game. Like, it's all a joke at the end of the day. Like,
it's all a game.
Nothing is going to change systemic racism. Like, this is all about money. This is just like another distraction.
Honestly, I was surprised that he picked her as his running mate because I thought he was going to pick Bernie Sanders.
She was a black woman.
I mean, people had brought it up, but I didn't think he was really going to go with it.
He want them black votes. He know if he got a black woman,
he'll get the black vote. I mean, honestly, but then at the end of the day, can we really fault him? Because when we go back, when we look at the numbers, we can look at how many black people did not vote last time.
Man.
So maybe him adding her to the ticket is just, I'm all with it because it's going to get your asses out the damn house.
Oh, I'll vote for Daffy Duck over Donald Trump.
Thank you. Okay. And another thing, I don't trust these mail-in ballots. So could you guys please? We all been going to the grocery store. We all been doing all kinds of stuff. There's no reason why we cannot go to the polls. If you think about it, we were already socially distanced at the polls anyway. Before socially distancing was even a thing. Please just go to the polls. Physically take your ass to the polls. I believe I seen that 16,000 polls in the 16,000 votes in the primary were not counted because they were sent too late. And I'm gonna guess who sent them in too late. Us. So can we please make sure we get to where we're supposed to? Just go vote. Just go. That's all you gotta do. Just go vote. It's gonna take you 3 minutes. My poll is usually empty. I mean, if you're gonna vote by mail, send it in super early. But I don't trust it. I haven't trusted it since it was an option. Because why can't we just? I don't know. I just don't trust it. I just think that we should just go to the polls. Please.
Yeah, it's crazy. What do you think black people have to do to put an end to all this madness going on?
I don't think there is a way to put an end to the madness going on because there's always people who are going to have an opposing negative opinion about it and who think that it's just and who think it's fair and who think that it's okay. It's sad because we're battling a system that's supposed to help and protect us as a whole. So I don't exactly know what we can do to make it better, except for just to try our best to stay positive, just continue to educate, try. Like, it's hard because you're sitting here and we're arguing with people who are airheads. Like, there's nothing in their head but air, there's nothing in their head but hate, and there's nothing in their head but animosity towards a race of people who probably really never done anything to them in the first place anyway. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Like I said, as black people, like, we are truly battling a system that, isn't necessarily for. It's kind of like stay out of harm's way, right? Stay out of harm's way. Just fly low, just lay low. But then we have Breonna Taylor, who was in her house sleeping. She was in her house sleeping. What do you think? Man. What do you think we can do? Like, I'm just like, we just got to educate and try to keep being louder and keep making it a point, but we are still going to have those people higher up who are going to continue to rebut. It's probably going to take us like another 50 plus years so that because we got to start, those people got to get older and they got to get out of those positions. And then it's going to take for like our generation, the generation under us, and the generation under them to like, if we're all on the same page. But I think we're doing well. It's going to take our 3 generations, and I'm talking like once we're 70 for things to be different, and we're all in our 20s, so we definitely got like 50 something years. So I'm talking 70, 80. But I think we just have to work together to try to build a system that doesn't, and we're not just talking black people, but we need to work together to build a system that protects and serves all of us. Because it doesn't matter what race anybody is, being murdered in your home while you're sleeping is wrong. And that is what we're trying to say. Not trying to say anything else. We're not trying to say this episode we're not even bashing cops. We're just saying that what happened was wrong.
Y'all racist. Y'all
right.
Racist
like we're not even going there this time. We're just simply going with the facts, simply going with what happened that night. Somebody telling you that it's wrong. So yeah, we're just gonna have to try to build a system that, protects and serves everybody. It's hard.
I feel you. Yeah, I personally feel education is the main source to start it off. Once we pretty much have to, as a whole, black people have to re-educate themselves, because every type of basic order knowledge that the textbooks teach us, or European knowledge, that's all principles geared towards this.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. Oh wait, can I just really quick, not to cut your point off, but I just want to bring up that some school districts are letting kids like not take history. So like how there's 4 years in high school, you can only take history for like 2 or 3 years. And then, but of course, the history that they're being taught is already, it's fake. But it doesn't even give our kids an opportunity to bring up questions or to like wonder or to like research more about a topic or projects, or doesn't even give them the chance to look at other venues for their education, because we already took that away from them. So just please, like, what is going on is not okay. But go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah. But we have to re-educate ourselves. And I feel everyone, black people as a whole, they have to just realize that this country wasn't designed for us. Like this country was strictly designed to benefit white people. You know what I'm saying? And it was designed to hold us back systemically, hold us back physically, mentally, and spiritually. You know what I'm saying?
In every way.
It's just everything that you could possibly think of is geared towards the destruction of black people and black families. So black people have to realize that as a whole. From there, they have to do what it takes, by any means necessary, to defend themselves.
Malcolm
And I feel personally that black people should actually eliminate themselves from this government. I think we should go back to like the late 1800s, early 1900s, like the Black Wall Street era, where like it was segregated and black people were doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They had their own economic system. They had their own schools. They had their own libraries. You know what I'm saying? Completely eliminate themselves from this system, because this, as I said, this system is designed to destroy us. So this system is the devil.
Right, we were integrated into a system we forced the system that was already created against us to accept us. We were integrated into a system that was never designed for us, and then once we were integrated, it was designed to put us down and to hurt us. And if you look back, Martin Luther King even said that he feared that this would happen, or that that he integrated us into a system of, I don't have the exact quote, that was not one that cared and would make sure it took care of us, and here we are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but this was going on back then as well, and then we're like, look how far we came, and we're still marching. Like people who were like, who was it? John Lewis? Do I have the right name? I apologize. It just passed away. Yeah. March for Martin Luther King. Okay, yes. Okay, so we can say like we came so far. That man is in his 80s. He just passed away. He marched for the same stuff, stuff that we are marching for when he was our age. Come on, nothing changed, and the weather barely changed until global warming. But ain't nothing changed, bro. Ain't nothing changed. Nothing changed with the year.
Black people have to literally eliminate themselves from this system, and just create our own system. You know what I'm saying? Just go back to when everything was segregated, because from then we don't have to rely on the system. Because black people have to.
Do you think if we go back to it, like when it was segregated, you don't think that'll make things like potentially? I mean, all the racist, super racist will be super happy. They will be happy, but do you think that would stunt the growth? Because unfortunately, this situation is taking us hundreds of years at a time for growth. Unfortunately. So do you think that would be super good in like 300 years?
I feel it will be 100% good, but I feel education is the first source. Like black people as a whole universally have to be educated on truth, got to be educated on history, got to be educated on who we truly are, so we can get back into that mind state of how we originally were. Right. When black people were very conscious, black people knew how to do for self. And once we go back into the confinements of our own economic system within our own people, we'll be striving. Like just like Black Wall Street and like everything. Like if you research back in the day, like when everything was segregated, those black people were doing for themselves, and they were very successful with doing for themselves. So we have it in us. Like we're a divine race. You know what I'm saying? In actuality, white people know the power we hold. Like they know the knowledge we possess. They know the black dollar generates trillions of dollars every year to this country to make it run. So they don't want us to leave. Like they know if we left, it would be a devastation to this market. So black people, we have to be aware of this, and we have to just migrate.
That's why them blackout days, I always want to have them.
Yeah, go elsewhere and just establish our own financial gain for ourselves. Simple as that.
Simple as that. So you know what? I'm pretty sure a lot of people have something to say about that point. So we'll leave it there, and then we'll revisit next time, and we're going to pick up there to see how people feel about us potentially leaving, them actually needing our dollar.
For sure.
We'll see what happens. Once again, I'm Nay.
My name is Rob.
And hopefully we'll catch you guys next time on the flip side.